cool.
We're going to leave in just a few minutes here, but first I'm going to go over some safety instructions in just a moment.
That's not good. She said it didn't feel good. Sitting in the sun right there, though, it probably got hot.
Alrighty, folks, I'm going to go over some... Oh, just a moment.
So when was the last time that you guys been here? Oh no.
No, she was walking. Yeah, she started, she was walking.
Hello, nice to see you guys. Give me just one quick second. We're dealing with a slight emergency situation here. Well, I hope they're okay.
To answer your question, we typically come about twice a year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't been here since I was probably like 5.
Really?
So yeah. So yeah.
A real treat then.
I know it's been a long time, so. But yeah, guys, nice to see you. We are going live from the Norfolk Botanical Gardens today. I just got on the tram. That's a beautiful day out. Nice to see you guys. Someone did kind of pass out back there, so we're dealing with kind of an emergency situation here. And then you got that cool coffee place there. Very nice out today, guys. But yeah, we're just waiting here for a moment. We're dealing with a medical situation here, so. Hope you guys are doing great today. It's a beautiful day out. Couldn't have picked a nicer day to come here. Haven't been here since I was like 5 years old. Should be fun, guys. So, did they just pass out from the heat, or is that what's going on?
I think so.
Sure, she was sitting there in the sun for a while, and then all of a sudden she didn't feel well, so they got off.
Okay.
So she got dizzy and laid down, or whether she fell and
Yeah. Okay.
she had a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she noticed that she went down too.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Are you already full for the...
If there's any open seats like here, you are free to hop on. We are taking off immediately.
Okay, yep, they're right here. Thank
All right. Yeah, guys, I can't show what's happening on camera. We're dealing with a slight medical emergency here, guys. So. But yeah, hope you guys are doing great today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. We're just about to get going here. Yeah, that's what's concerning to me.
All right, everybody. Just a few brief safety instructions before we take
All
off.
right, here we go.
Again, my name is Abby. I'll be your garden guide this morning. We are going to clear this area as well, so we're going to keep going on this tram. But while we're in motion, please remain seated with your arms, legs, and items inside the tram at all times. This is going to be a 45-minute tour with those azaleas included.
Oh my
We
goodness.
will be making some brief stops that you're free to get off on if you want. But the tram will continue on after those stops. But I can reiterate any of this information further on as well. We are going to get going once I make a radio call.
All right.
Drink on the other side just in case it spills. We've got Jim's $100,000 camera there.
Yeah, I had no idea this tram tour was so long.
Pardon?
I had no idea the tram tour was so long.
It has been longer before.
Oh yeah? Wow.
Alrighty, folks, we are going to get going. Make
Cool.
sure you're all seated for me, and we will take off on our trip here.
All right, guys, here we go. Like I said, we were dealing with a slight medical emergency. Someone unfortunately passed out. So here we go, guys.
Alrighty, folks, thank you so much for your patience. We do have somebody coming, so she should be okay momentarily once we have the paramedics here. But again, here at the Norfolk Botanical Garden, where you are currently, we welcome you. There are 175 acres, making us the largest botanical garden in Virginia. As a botanical garden, we are dedicated to the collection, cultivation, and display of a variety of plants, with those plants having...
Nice to see you, Slim. Hello, hello. We're at the Norfolk Botanical Garden today, guys. Beautiful day. We're on the tram tour. Nice to see you, Slim. We-
Inspires through education and connection to nature.
Can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Here in our rose garden,
We have 25.
this is our bicentennial rose
We
garden.
have 2,500 rose bushes right here.
Okay.
2,500 rose bushes.
Cool.
You come back in like late June,
Yeah.
early July, this place will be gorgeous.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, man. You can keep talking to me, and you can give me the VIP tour here.
I don't. If I see something I can help you with, I will.
Cool, man. Check out the geese, guys. There you go, Slim. Check out those geese.
Now across our rose garden, we do have our Garden of Tomorrow. This Garden of Tomorrow was privately funded by over 2,100 donors, raising over $50 million. It will consist of our 26,000 square foot Terry Conservatory,
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
as well as our rock anchor pavilion at the entrance there.
But yeah, guys, it's a beautiful day.
Of a tropical and a desert biome, which will be housing some of the world's most threatened and endangered plants. One of which is our cork flower, which we do have a root ball donated to us by the U.S. Arboretum. Now this root ball only blooms once every 7 to 10 years, and the root ball we acquired hasn't bloomed in about 7, so that's a good sign it will probably bloom here at the garden. We also have our Aviona skywalk, which will be these pylons and boardwalk that you see in the sky here to our left. Now this does give you all the views of the rose garden, as well as inside of our tropical biome, so you can see those tropical plants from a different perspective. We also have one of the most outstanding scale sculptured glass on the East Coast.
So far, the kids are going faster than the tram, guys.
It's going to be our chiffon
Beautiful day.
and sangria azalea chandelier.
So this should be very relaxing for sure.
With the WPA, and gardeners and workers who established the gardens and planted our original azaleas. Now in the front here is our brush entrance pavilion, where we will have our visitor services as well as a permanent bistro and cafe, which will have a farm-to-table style of plating, working with local farmers, as well as maybe even food from our garden. Part of this project was also updating our parking, where we expanded our parking lot and have one tree for every 7 spaces with permeable pavers so we can collect rainwater to help fuel those trees to reach their full potential size. If you'd like to learn more about our gardeners tomorrow, you can visit gardenerstomorrow.org.
Well, here's the parking lot,
or
guys.
chat with any one of us, and we can offer you the most up-to-date information we know.
That's impressive.
Yes, Slim, I do plan to see some dinos today.
Hall area, which is most likely where you came in today.
That was a nice tour.
We'll be passing some features of the building to our right-hand side. First will be our rose garden. This is one of our research.
So, welcome to the parking lot, guys. This is where I parked my car.
Where we offer a variety of classes, from yoga and tai chi to painting and flower arranging.
You ever walked over to the airport while you're here?
Yeah. I used to drive for Uber and Lyft, so I would often pick people up for the Norfolk airport all
The
the
real
time.
reason I come down here.
Yeah.
Our guest service.
Yeah.
If you have questions about your membership,
I can sit over there all day and watch it.
Oh yeah,
Chat
man.
with any one of us at the front desk. We
Definitely.
also have our gift shop, as well as restaurants and drink capacity.
Yeah, guys, I haven't been here since I was probably about 5 years old. And Devin, let me know if you guys get any lag. That would be much appreciated. We're located next to the Norfolk Airport here in Virginia Beach.
Which today the interest accrued still helps fund projects around the garden.
I'm glad we're starting off with a nice tram tour.
This is an audio and visual barrier from us in the Norfolk International Airport. You can actually climb atop this arm, watch the planes taxi and take off, as well as hear radio chatter from the control tower and the airplane from a radio.
So I got here just in the nick of time, guys, right before the tram took off. So
The ones that aren't blooming yet are actually
I'm glad.
Suki azaleas, which says Suki in Japanese means
Good, Slim. I'm glad.
Most azaleas bloom in April. These will bloom later in May.
Very beautiful.
To our right, if you were to go down that path, or even out the back doors of Baker Hall and taking a left instead of a right towards the tram, you'd find yourself in our Japanese garden.
Japanese garden. Ooh.
Dedicated in 1963 in honor of
Oh,
Norfolk
okay.
in Japan, Kirikushu.
Ooh, there's a butterfly, guys.
One of my favorite gardens here. It is quite small, but it offers a lot of
Where Patty and I walked, it was lined with the bonsais.
So they got a Japanese garden here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
To our right, you can see our
That is-
administrative building. Now, originally
Oh, cool.
constructed in the
So
60s
yeah,
as a
beyond that
center.
building, they say they got a Japanese garden, guys.
Our left. As well as is our Mirror Lake and WPA garden, which is home to 15 of our original 30 acres of the garden.
So normally during the December time and the holiday season, they do a great light show here, guys. And I'll need to bring you guys back to do that sometime.
Now in 1938, Norfolk wanted to bring an azalea garden here that would rival those that were turning a profit in South Carolina at the time during the Great Depression. So Tommy
Got some
Townsend
trails back there.
enlisted the help of Fred Hewitt, our first superintendent, to start this project. It was funded by
Uh-oh.
the Department Administration grant,
There's the ambulance, guys.
which they can be about $1.7 million.
I'm glad they're gonna get help. So there was a young lady who passed out not too long ago. Hopefully she'll be
This
fine,
grant
guys.
helped fund the project,
Send your prayers.
as well as hired 220 African American women and men looking for work during the Great Depression, 20 of which were only men. WC gardeners and workers cleared the land as well as planted 4,000 azaleas rhododendrons, and thousands more of a variety of plants. Taking a look to your left, through this clearing, there is a bronze statue overlooking Bear Lake. This is called Breaking Ground and was dedicated in 2009 in honor of the WPA workers and gardeners who helped establish the garden. Close by, we also have a plaque with some names of the gardeners that helped plant those original azaleas. This was acquired by a local school, which did a lot of research and digging to find those names. We don't have an accurate list of everyone that participated in the original garden planting. So if you or anyone you know has family or ancestry with the WPA and the garden, we would love to hear from you.
We got some nice trails back here, guys.
We are making our turn into our first stop of our tour, which is going to be our Kaufman Camellia Garden stop. Again, if anyone would like to get out and explore, once that's completely stopped, you are free to do so. The tram will continue on though, but the tram will be back 1 hour later if you would like to take it the rest of the way.
You guys need to get off?
We're good.
We're gonna be late and ride the whole time.
Oh, great. Cool. Thank you. I am too. Yeah, so have you guys come here during the holiday season when they do the light show? Yeah.
As you are right, is that Kaufman Camellia Garden.
Yeah.
This was dedicated in 1993 with the Virginia Camellia Society. It has over 750 of our over 1,700 camellias garden-wide. It is also one of 6 gardens in the U.S. given the title Garden of Excellence.
Ooh, Garden of Excellence, guys. That's quite something, right? So this is like a 45-minute tour out here. And then after this, we're gonna go on foot.
They're gonna be hundreds of years old, not trees.
Check out that tree, guys. You know what that kind of reminds me of? Those giant, sakura trees. But I know these are not nearly as big though. But that's a pretty big tree.
Now to our left here, we do have some shrubs.
Shrubberies.
These are going to be hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas.
Now they will bloom in June, so they aren't blooming quite yet.
Oh, there's a
When
squirrel.
they do bloom, they will show colors like red, pink, purple, and blue. These specific hydrangeas get their color based on the pH of their soil. So if you have some of these of your own, you can actually change the color
Camellia?
by changing the pH of the soil, whether it be acidic or alkaline. But it does take typically 3 bloom cycles to get the color you're trying to cultivate.
I know you always do that, and then it's like, where are we gonna, we need another bed?
So I hear they do boat tours here too.
They did, but I don't think they start till like May.
Yeah, that's what they told
I
me.
think it's June, July, August.
Okay. So,
Through the canal.
okay.
And right in the
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. We've done that once.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll definitely come back and try it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Really beautiful blooms. And they're given that name because of the woody structure
I don't know
in
if you
their
saw the boat, but it was just left of where we originally picked up the tram.
Yeah.
We also have some living
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
garden, which are to your left and right. It's going to be those green moss-covered walkways. Now, moss is something called a carbon sequestrant.
Generally,
They
rhododendrons
also
have
store
bigger
and
blooms.
filter carbon.
There's another squirrel, guys.
To our left, we do have Lake Whitehurst. But here at the garden, we are in Peninsula, so we're surrounded by Lake Whitehurst on 3 sides.
And there's the
Our
lake
one connection to land
or
is actually
stream.
with the Norfolk International Airport.
Lake,
Yeah.
beautiful lake.
And they're started
Beautiful
actually
lake.
the same year as us, but we opened 2 months before. But this was helpful because at the time,
live
we
over
couldn't
there.
access
Yeah.
the airport except
Yeah.
going through the garden.
Couldn't afford it, but I could live on
Oh yeah, definitely. Wonderful, wonderful. Doesn't it feel nice to get outside, guys? Such a beautiful day.
The state tree and flower of Virginia. And what look like petals are actually something called bracts, which are kind of like a false petal. The petals themselves are these small clusters in the center of those bracts. Now again, I'm going to be making a stop here if anyone wants to get on or get off. You can do so once I completely stop. And if there is space, you are free to get on. Now this is going to be our statuary vista stop. This is a 400-foot long garden that reaches from Renaissance Court all the way to Lake Whitehurst. To our left.
Check out the tulips, guys.
There's a statue down this way.
And there's the lake. Oh, that's a fancy camera.
It's got right behind us, got one too.
Do you guys know what those statues are?
So I thought you had a big lens, but this lady over here,
History is on it.
Okay.
she's got a lens on this camera, it's unbelievable.
Now in this statuary vista, there are 11
And you can't see it right now.
marble statues created by Moses Ezekiel in the 1800s. They depict different famous artists throughout history, like Rembrandt, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Thomas Crawford, who is directly to my right and yours at the end here. Now this is actually the only American in the bunch. And it is actually the artist that created the statue on top of the Capitol building called Freedom. Is everyone seated back there that just joined us? Yes. Alrighty. We're gonna get going here.
Awesome sauce. Just a beautiful day.
To our left, that again is Lake Whitehurst. And if you're interested in seeing more of Lake Whitehurst, I highly recommend coming back during our boat tour season, where you'll have a 45-minute tour through the canals and out into the lake. Within the Sierra Peninsula, we have a ton of shoreline views, where you can see wildlife, like turtles, as well as birds. The birds you may see are going to be great blue heron, great white egret, osprey, and even potentially bald eagles.
Bald eagles. Ooh.
In this area of our garden, we also have a bunch of our cedar gardens, as well as some fantastic looking blooming azaleas. One of the best photo ops is going to be to your left, sitting on that bench that is almost eaten up by those gorgeous pink azaleas. Now across our property, there are over 60 themed gardens, 30 of which are on your map. Oh, we do have a great blue heron over on that fallen down log to your left.
There's a big heron down there, guys.
Really good at blending in. To your left as well, we do have one of the oldest trees in the garden. It is great white oak. Now, if you look at the top of that lower limb, you will see
part of the
a
canal where the boat
resurrection
goes.
fern
Okay.
there. Now, resurrection ferns are quite unique. They can lose 97% of their water and still come back to the when it rains. This is different from most plants and even animals that can only lose about 10% before starving to death. Now in this area of our garden, we have some gorgeous blooming azaleas as well. And this area is called Loblolly
Beautiful,
Lane
beautiful.
because we're surrounded by loblolly pines, which also make it very bumpy. Now lob means soupy and lolly means porridge, which is a reference to where these trees like to grow, which is more marshy and wetland environments. We'll be making a stop here in just a moment. Now this is going to be our Baker Overlook stop, but if you were to continue down this newly bricked pathway, that would take you to our conifer garden. So if anyone would like to hop off or hop on this stop, you are free to do so.
Where you went inside. Yeah. I took the children there a long time ago.
Now Baker Overlook, as you see it today, was constructed in the 90s. Just another garden, or area of the garden dedicated to Sarah Lee and Isaac Baker, who were longtime members and
Check out those
owners to
swings.
the garden.
Those look comfy.
In the 60s, they were engaged at this spot when it was just a meadow filled with wildflowers. So later they donated money to have it constructed as a symbol of their love. If you look at the top of the overlook, you'll see a water oak that has a quite unique shaped trunk. This is because there was a bench surrounding this tree at one time. Once the bench was removed, we found that it created a bench of its own. In this area of the garden, we also have a lot of leaf litter covering our garden beds. This is really helpful for the environment. As it breaks down, it enriches the soil. But in the meantime, it also creates habitat for smaller organisms like fireflies and Luna moths. To our right are two of my favorite trees. These are called dawn redwoods. They're actually thought to be extinct until they were rediscovered in China in the 40s. And because of that, in China, they're only second to the panda bear in terms of conservation icons. They are also the smallest redwood and the only redwood that is deciduous, meaning they lose their leaves in the colder months.
They don't get you for another hour, depending on what you want.
It's kind of cool the way you flip off those azaleas and put them on the table. We didn't even
So we are approaching our Wild Children's Garden now. The World of Wonders Children's Garden is home to a variety of themed gardens that both enrich and educate all who visit. It is also home to our famous splash pad, which is currently open every day from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. If anyone wants to get off or hop on for our World of Wonders Children's Garden, this would be just out for you.
Stop. We're out. Absolutely. We haven't been to Enchanted Forest yet. I thought they were going down.
Where are you going? That one? Okay.
Sarah Gunwall, she's gonna.
Did y'all kick her off?
No, she wants to walk.
Oh, to be young again.
I know.
I'm young, but I feel old. Such a beautiful day, guys. Sorry if the connection's a bit unstable right now. Just bear with me here.
I don't think. It might be. It might be on this,
Oh, it's got blue come out.
yeah, I did see something.
So, does this tram tour go for the whole park, or like a portion?
Goes through a portion.
Yeah, portion.
Okay.
Also go through the Enchanted Forest too, I think.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Which is this way.
Next, we will be driving
Information here next to you guys.
Well, tell you what we know.
Yeah.
We also are doing the title by having the tallest height with the largest tree canopy and the widest tree girth of any other species in the state. So we're looking at a really large tree in the garden, and it has a green flag, which they are notified with. That means they're looking at the largest in the state of Virginia.
First time we've seen this in bloom in a while.
Then to our left, you'll be seeing our kitchen garden, which is largely run by our volunteers and master gardeners. As they can consume any of our fruits or vegetables or edible plants, but you can consume knowledge.
Consume knowledge, guys.
To our right is that flowering arboretum. And then up ahead is going to be our stop before heading into the Enchanted Forest. Now this again is going to be the Azalea portion of our tour, which is an additional 15 minutes of this journey. If anyone would like to skip out on this portion, hop out and walk it on foot, or if you want to sit and wait for us to come back out of the Enchanted Forest, you are free to do so once I
So we are
have
going in.
stopped.
We're gonna go into the Enchanted Forest, guys. That sounds cool. So like I said, they normally do a fantastic light show here during the December time, guys. It's just a beautiful, beautiful light show. So just imagine all these trees filled with lights. Beautiful stuff.
Ready? We're going to keep going then.
She caught back up to the tram, guys.
Now some additional safety information or specific information that is specifically important for this portion of our tour. Now this path is going to be quite narrow with protruding gorgeous azaleas. So we do again ask that you stay seated with your arms, legs, and items inside the tram at all times. We don't want your son to lose anything off the tram while we are in motion. Please remain seated, and you can let me know once we've exited the entrance for it. And you can go look for it, or we can assist you in finding that item. Now the enchanted forest here, like I mentioned earlier, is the farthest point from where you can stay. It is also the large densely wooded area of our garden, with some original azaleas being transplanted here from around Mirror Lake and our original acres in the 70s. So some of these are approximately 80 years old. A lot of what we'll see are going to be hybrid azaleas, which means they were bred to have those favorable characteristics. Some of them purely aesthetic, where others actually help them grow strong and large in different climates. Now the first few azaleas we'll see are going to be lavender queens, which were the more sparse looking ones. And then here to our left and right are going to be Formosa azaleas. Now Formosa azaleas are a indica azalea hybrid, which are actually the most common type of that hybrid in Virginia, in the Tidewater region, and in the garden. And just make sure your arms
You got
are
a giant
getting
chessboard, guys. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
Now to our left,
Look at
this
this.
gorgeous orange azalea is called Great Balls of Fire.
Wow.
And then soon to our right are going to be some Glendale hybrid azaleas. Now we're going to be seeing Leonore and Everest, which the easiest way for me to remember is that Everest are the white ones, just like snow on Mount Everest. Keep your arms inside of the tram, folks. Thank you so much. Now Glendale hybrid azaleas started as a hybridizing program at the U.S. National Arboretum in the 20s. And it did go on for about 20 years after that. The goal of this program was to create some azaleas that could thrive in the southeastern climate, as well as have a variety of bloom times and colors. On our left, this stand of Daphne salmon azaleas, another southern indica azalea. They actually got a renewal pruning, which is the process of trimming back the azaleas 75 to 90% down, so that they will grow more bushy and full at the base of the plant, creating a fuller looking plant. Now even though this sounds kind of aggressive for pruning, those azaleas will actually grow back to their full mature size in 4 to 5 years.
Beautiful stuff.
To our right, we also have some ferns growing back. These are called sensitive ferns. They were given this name by Native Americans and early settlers because they noticed they don't like the frost, just like me. And to our left, we have some gorgeous azaleas, some of which are Karume azaleas, which I will talk about shortly. But first I want to talk about these azaleas that actually have stopped blooming. Now these are early bloomers, and they are called Vitatum, which is actually an incredibly important azalea in a lot of hybrid azaleas, specifically the Glendale hybrid. They have striped flowers, so they're desirable in that kind of cultivation process to bring some variety to azaleas.
And there's a giant chessboard, guys. Sorry, not chess.
Then to our right,
giant
we're going to have
checkers
a
board.
large cluster of really tiny pink flowers. Now this is one of my favorite azaleas. This is going to be Kieran. Now this is a Karume hybrid azalea, and the name Kieran actually comes from a mythological creature that looks like a dragon and is thought to bring peace, prosperity, and love. Now at this bend, to our left and to our right, we will have some these dark purple rhododendrons. Now, like I mentioned earlier, all azaleas are rhododendrons, and these are related. And then to our left, we have some more Karume hybrid azaleas. Now, this is going to be so on our left, these beautiful white flowers. And then next will be pink pearl. Now, Karume hybrid azaleas actually came to the U.S. starting in 1915 at the Panama Pacific Exposition, which was the expo that had the opening of the Panama Canal. Now some kurumes were being sold there, and some were purchased by the Demoto brothers, who were nurserymen. Now they saw the commercial potential of kurumes in the U.S., so they actually traveled to the country of Japan to kurume to bring back over 250 varieties of kurumes to the U.S. Kurumes are still incredibly popular today, and they are specifically popular in the bonsai world since they have very small leaves as well as very small structured flowers. Now they can obviously grow very large, but when trained properly, they can stay quite small. Now to our left we have some native azalea, which have a quite different look to their stamen in those really tiny flowers.
Oh, Chucker's name.
I know.
Oh, it is. You're right. You're right.
And then to our right we'll have some more Formosa azaleas, which again are very popular in this area and at the garden, so you will see them everywhere. Now in the enchanted forest, this is actually a certified wildlife habitat. We do need to meet 5 criteria to get that title. We need to have a food source, a water source. We need to have cover as well as a place for wildlife to raise their young. We need to use sustainable practices with our pesticides and herbicides, as well as having 70% native plants. Now to our left we have some beautiful Sweetheart Supreme azaleas, which have a nice white and pink gradient to those beautiful little flowers. And to our right, you can look in the distance past these stumps. That is a great access point to the lakeside trail here in the enchanted forest. Now this path we are driving on is going to be 3/4 of a mile, and that route is just slightly larger at 0.8 miles. But it does go along the shoreline, which at the farthest point from where you came in today, and we are a peninsula, it does have some of the most shoreline of any garden here on property. We have some more Sweetheart Supremes to our right. Now up ahead to our right, we're going to be talking about this really large plant. Now this is an orange queen azalea. Now they don't look quite orange to me, but it actually is an incredible feat to call an azalea orange, because in the cultivation process, orange is really hard to cultivate. It's a really hard color to achieve. There are some natural azaleas that have orange color, but trying to create it yourself is very challenging. And to our right, you can see some more great views of Lake Whitehurst. And then to our left, we have some trees here. These are called serviceberry trees. Now these are really desirable for songbirds, and in history they were very desirable for Native Americans and early settlers for their edible berries. The last tree we'll see here on our left is going to be a dwarf hackberry tree, which is rare compared to its counterpart, the common hackberry. But this tree is actually a host plant for 3 different butterflies: the hackberry emperor, the tawny emperor, and the American snout. Now, as a host plant, this means that the butterflies can live their whole life cycle on these trees. Now, on our left, we have some southern charm azaleas, and then one of my favorites is Tango, which is this fiery reddish orange color.
That is beautiful.
And to our right, we have some Japanese Andromeda,
Yeah.
which they're actually related to azaleas, and they're also given the title Lily of the Valley shrub because of the structure of the flowers.
There were some that are done already, but a lot of them are really nice.
On our left, we're going to have some unique looking azaleas.
Nice to see you again.
Are going to be our Joanna azaleas. and our red luster azaleas, which are going to be these two red colored azaleas to our left-hand side soon. Now the red luster will be first, and those have some beautiful red flowers and variegated leaves. And then the Joanna azaleas, those actually have unique leaves as well, which actually change to a darker red hue in the fall.
That's just an example.
Both of these actually do attract hummingbirds, and we have seen them here in the garden.
Or did she say there was 0.8 additional you went on that other page?
She said they had variegated leaves.
That's what she said, yeah.
Now we are approaching an area that we like to call the tunnel. It's because we'll be surrounded by some very large and gorgeous azaleas on either side of us. Now you'll see to the right-hand side are going to be those Formosa azaleas that we've been seeing around. But on the left are a glance. This is going to be called the George Lindley Tabor azalea, which were actually the most common azalea that would have been planted back at our start in the 30s. They are incredibly common and very normal looking together, but the difference is going to be in those flowers, which now they are currently blooming, so you can really see the difference. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these azaleas were transplanted from around Mirror Lake and our original acres over here in the 70s. So some of these, especially the George Lindley Tabors, can be up to 80 years old.
Those white ones have little tiny flowers in terms of the size of the actual flower.
Now to our right, in this kind of brush area, we do have some horse sugar is what the trees are called. Now horse sugar is called that because they do have a sweet taste that occurs when they are chewed or broken open, and horses specifically do love these trees.
All over there.
Got a cool trail down there, guys.
We have some more George Lindley Tabor azaleas to our left. Now in the Enchanted Forest, I did mention we are a certified wildlife habitat, so we do see wildlife here. The largest we might see are going to be gray and red foxes, but they are crepuscular, meaning they hunt in the twilight hours of dawn and dusk, so we commonly wouldn't see those while we are open.
Gray and red foxes, guys. That sounds
Some of the
cool.
largest birds we may see can be great horned owls, which have been spotted in the gardens before. Now these are an apex predator, meaning they are the top of their food chain, and they have been known to hunt animals as large as foxes and even eagles.
Wow.
Now this is about the end of the Enchanted Forest portion. On our left we do have some more of those beautiful Kirin azaleas, my favorite. But as we exit the forest, if y'all did want to see more of the Enchanted Forest and walk on foot,
That's why we went
we
in.
will be making a stop just outside of this area. If you would like to get off the tram and walk on foot to see them up close,
I didn't even know an owl could take down a bald eagle. That's crazy. Beautiful day, guys.
now again we have those Formosa, and then the lavender trees are going to be these really large light pink flowers.
We're almost past that.
Another access point for the lakeside trail will be to our left and right here. But there are very many entrance points throughout the trail.
We'll be out of there.
Now to our left there, that's gravel path. That is actually not open to the public, but you're not missing much. That is an access point to our dump. Now this dump is actually accessible to our garden. Since we take any prune or cut down plant material,
There's the jet planes flying over, guys. Since we are next to the Norfolk airport.
so that we can continue the life cycle of this plant. Now this will be our stop before continuing on, but you'll have to get off and see more of that enchanted forest.
He's just waiting on you. Take your time.
Sorry if we're having some lag, guys. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. It's a beautiful day. We're at the Norfolk Botanical Gardens here in Virginia. Very beautiful day. I'm kind of glad they have the tram tour because this park is pretty big. So.
All right, we're going to continue on. If everyone is seated and ready to go. Our next stop will be by our butterfly house and garden area.
Do they have a cafe here?
Yes.
Oh, they do? Cool.
Now our butterfly house isn't open yet for the season.
Okay.
It's open in June, but it was rated the #1 butterfly house in the U.S. by USA Today just last year. In that house, you'll be able to see over 20 different
We have a really neat butterfly house
and
there.
butterflies.
Yeah.
Probably too early in the year for one.
And surrounding that house are a bunch
Okay,
of
we got
flower trees.
a cool butterfly house here, guys.
Behind the house, underneath a cluster of dawn and coastal redwoods with some benches.
So people can go inside there or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when it's open,
In
it's
this
not
area,
open
we
right
also
now.
Check that out, guys. That's a butterfly house. Oh my goodness, something just flew at me.
Weird looking.
And then we have our flowering meadow right up ahead to our left. We'll be passing shortly. But this will be our stop if anyone wants to get off or head on our butterfly garden shop.
It's right in there. With the netting over it. The netting is over it.
Chihuahua.
Right there. So you don't see it.
I thought it said one was already booked. Yeah, it says Chihuahua.
But yeah, guys, hope you guys are doing well today. I'm sorry if there's some lag here or there. It's my first time coming here, so my apologies. I am using my backpack today, guys. It is going well. Just that the backpack's working good, so I am
As we continue on,
glad to
if
be
you
here,
were to
guys.
go through this restroom gazebo and towards the shoreline, you'd find another one of our wedding and event venues called our butterfly gazebo. Now, if it's not being used, it is a great spot to sit and see wildlife by Great Lake. To our left is going to be that wildflower meadow. They will be soon flowering. And this is really helpful for pollinators like bees and butterflies who actually find their pollen based on sight. The large clusters of vibrant colored flowers help attract them to the area and show them where to find pollen.
Look at these leaves. Whoa, that's a big tree. Holy macaroni.
The fence to our left is another plant that pollinators love called coral honeysuckle. This specifically is loved by hummingbirds, which I love seeing.
That's a
in my
cute
garden.
cat on your phone, by the way.
Up ahead to our right is going to be
Yeah, she was our baby. We lost her 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Are the official state tree and flower of Mississippi. But they're also interesting because they are living fossils.
Check out this giant tree,
They
guys.
haven't changed much in DNA in the past 70 to 100 million years. Because of this, they actually are pollinated by beetles. It's because they predate those modern day pollinators like bees and butterflies. And beetles are something called a simple or dumb pollinator. Not because they're bad at
So around Virginia, guys, we got these mermaid statues. These were installed a couple years back, and you can find them all around town.
So they actually do pretty well.
They're cool.
Now to our right, that is an area of our wild children's garden called the Frog Bog.
Ooh,
To
frogs.
our left is an area of oysters called Turtle Cove. These are both great spots to see wildlife like birds, as well as turtles.
Very nice.
It's going to be our Virginia Native Plant Garden. This is another one of my favorite gardens. As a native garden, it has only native plants, and it has plants that cover 4 different historic plant communities that would have been in the Tidewater region before it was settled. It is also one of the most well-maintained gardens we have on property. Even though it is really naturalized, our horticulturists are quick to remove any invasive or non-native plants as they come up. It also has a very lovely boardwalk that lines the garden and the shoreline. Now one of the historic sites you would be that is my favorite out of the bunch is going to be the longleaf pine stand, which will be to our left as we make this bend. Now the longleaf pine is actually called the tree that built Tidewater. This is because in those early years, they were heavily logged for the building of homes and boats. But what they didn't know when they were cutting them down so quickly is that they do take about 100 years to mature. Because of this, they are an endangered tree now. They used to cover 90 million acres between Virginia and Texas. But now there's only one native stand in Virginia in Wakefield. Now this will be our last stop before heading back to the back of Baker Hall for the end of our tour. If anyone wants to get out and explore.
We're gonna take the tram all the way home, guys. Don't worry. I got a bug on my hand. But yeah, guys, hope you guys have been having a nice day. It's beautiful out. We're at the Norfolk Botanical Gardens today. We're taking the tram tour.
We'll be surrounded by some crepe myrtle trees to our left and
Crepe
right.
myrtles.
Now, crepe myrtles are actually the official city
Who wants to
tree of
play
Colorado
in that
Norfolk.
sand, guys?
This is largely because of Fred Hewitt, our first superintendent, who loved these trees and helped plant for 3,000 across Norfolk as well as the garden.
I'm definitely gonna come back and try the boat tour next
Yeah,
time.
you need to do that. It's a lot of fun. It's a whole different perspective.
Yeah. So they got a boat tour over there in that small canal, guys. Check that out. We'll come back and do that next time.
Well, it definitely inspires me.
Now, like I was mentioning with those crepe myrtle trees, they are 100-day bloomers. So they will start blooming in July and they won't stop until late September. As to our left, as we go over Rose Garden Bridge, you can start to see NATO Tower, which is the tallest point in the garden at over 60 feet above sea level.
We're going across the bridge.
It's going to be our subtropical garden as well as our Mediterranean garden. And as we come back into our rose garden and you look to your right, just before the canal, we do have some roses blooming. Now these are called double knockout roses. They're called that because of the two concentric rings of petals on those flowers. And then in our rose garden we do have some roses that have started to bloom, which is quite early, since again they peak bloom in May. Now with some of our roses, since they are cultivated,
Check out the geese, guys. More geese.
this is because the farther they get from that old world rose DNA, which carries that signature rose fragrance, the less likely they are to carry that fragrance. Specifically, our carefree delight roses to your right hand side lining the canal. Now, these are incredibly easy to care for plants. They deadhead themselves, meaning you don't have to prune them. They are heat resistant as well as resistant to pests. But they have no fragrance at all.
Interesting. Well, this is a beautiful park, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Haven't been here in years.
You'll see a fountain in the center of the garden. Now this garden is our Shirley Baker perennial garden. This is one of my favorites we have on property, and it is really picturesque, especially for a wedding or photo shoot. Now to our right, that statue there, that is called Todd's Canopia. It was created and donated to us by Anton Baker.
Well, I'm glad I caught the tram just in time.
Yes.
And then if you've seen our boats, we do
Glad
have
you
the
made
boat
it.
tours.
I know.
I've enjoyed your commentary.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Now, I want to thank you all for joining me today. Again, my name is Abby, and I was your guide.
Oh, those are the boats, guys. Check out the boats.
Additionally, if you have questions about your membership or if you'd like to
Alright guys, I think this is where I'm gonna stop today's stream. So glad to have you guys here today. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.